Oh, this is so annoying. You have no idea how annoying this is. We were 10 minutes into that one. Unbelievable. God, it's annoying. So frustrating. Yep, take three. Unbelievable. All right, again, I will say it again. If there are interruptions with this one as well, just please be patient. Wait, I will get back on as soon as I possibly can. Okay, so um, sorry for the interruptions, guys. It is maddening. It is absolutely maddening. So uh, we just gotta just hang in there. So thank you all for being patient with this whole thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyhow, so here we are, take three. So we'll get this ball rolling again. So again, what I was just when it went off, I'll continue from that point. I was saying that as a prepper and an off grider, 2% of me says yes. Let's let this be the real deal, because then I can be vindicated and I can look at people and say, yes, see, I told you I was right. But 98% of me hills and is getting ready for whatever. I hope that's the case, because I realize how bad things can be in this type turn into, to make sure that my people and my kids are safe. And I am okay with that. I'll be honest with you. I am absolutely okay with that, because it's like the number one always priority from day one, since I started doing this, since I started prepping, since everything has been about my kids from day one. And so, that's where I'm at with that. And so, I will do whatever is necessary to protect my children, and to protect the people in my group. So that's where I'm at with that. And but again, I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I absolutely hope that I'm wrong. I don't think I'm going to be. As things has continued watching this, I mean, we could be looking at, guys. We could be looking at another month. It could be a month away before things really go to crap. And so, but we just don't know. Um, well, you know what? It's not. It's not my connection, guys. It's not my. Somebody said invest in a better connection. We have 80,000 subs. It's not the connection. I have done plenty of live streams where we haven't been talking about this type of stuff, and they've been all fine. So it is absolutely YouTube. It is not. I changed my router thinking that it was the router. I upgraded to a better router. So it is not that at all. So I don't know what the deal is. Um, yes, spring break is coming soon. Lots of travel. Yes, you're absolutely right. I know my daughter's coming home for spring break, and so I'm happy about that. And that gives us more of a window to look into things and see where things are a couple of weeks down the road. Realistically, where do I think we're at? I'll tell you. Hey, Andreas, thank you for all the useful information you are putting out. Have you considered? Oh, hold on a second. I want to make sure I read this comment. Have you considered buying an oxygen concentrator? Greetings from Hungary. Well, thank you for the donation. And yeah, an oxygen concentrator, that would be okay. I mean, they're not really cheap, especially if you get the bigger ones. But they're not a bad thing to have either. But again, it's just I haven't thought about that part. Like I said, the nebulizer thing is more what I was worrying about, as far as making sure you can open up people's lungs so that they can breathe. So I was really focused on more about that. But thank you very much again for that donation as well. But again, anyway, guys, it's like the biggest thing with this whole situation is staying calm. And I know what I was going to say. What do I think? I think realistically, within a month, one way or another, we're going to really know where we stand within a month. I think that's where we're at. Hey, Opera Viking, with my daughter studying abroad, do you think the universities will bring American students home if it gets too bad? I'm really worried for her. Yes, I think that they absolutely will. I think if things start to get deteriorating, I think a lot of these colleges will definitely close down. And what your daughter would have to do if she's in France, she would have to go to the consulate in France. And, yes, I'm an American citizen and I want to get home. That's, most likely how she would have to do that. But, because they're going to try to get American citizens home. in that type of a situation. So yeah, that's the route I would take. I honestly believe that if things really start get bad, they will shut these colleges down, and they'll send the kids home. They'll tell everybody, go home, shelter in place. I can see that happening. I'm not necessarily thinking there's going to be this huge martial law, but they will definitely try to control things, and keep things squared away. So, that I definitely see happening. But like I said, I think we're looking at like a 4-week window before we know one way or another which way this thing is going to really go, where the cases are, or I should say what they're telling us. The thing is, what you got to remember is whatever they tell us, pay attention to what's going on at local hospitals. If you're seeing a tremendous rush of people into these local hospitals, and then that's going to be more of a clear sign. That shoot a thumbs up to show support. I absolutely would appreciate that, and thank you. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you get all notifications as well. Okay, so so I want to get this part out of the way. I want to talk to you guys about something. A lot of you guys have ordered Legacy Foods. A lot of you guys are waiting on that to happen. I just got an email today from Legacy that said, let people know that the larger packages are still available and they can still get them out, like your 120 packages and your 240s and 360s. Hey, Math, Music, and Life. Let me just see. I'm sorry. Let's see what you said here. Hold on. Last summer, County Health Department told schools to have teleschool plan in action if a pandemic breaks out, to call students into county health. Very suspicious to me. Yeah, that, you know what? Well, that you have always, you always have, what do you call it? You're always going to have the flu season. So I know my buddy that lives in South Carolina, his son, they can do a virtual school. So they can go stay at home, get on their computer and get class that way. So they do have that available. So I know that they do that as well. Thank you very much for that donation as well. It is suspicious, but they're trying to be proactive. I think a lot of these places are, because we do have every year, we have flu season every year, and you're going to have a lot of sick kids. And when you have a whole bunch of sick kids, there's always an issue with that. Hey, VR, the consideration between the federal agencies and the president are unbelievable. I guess we have to follow our hearts. Yeah, you know what? And I agree. Hey, Asif, with technology today, many university students can study online from home and not on campus. What are your thoughts? You know what? I know my daughter is taking one class right now where she takes it online. So, she submits papers and she does all that, and she does it all online. I think that's a good way to do it too. If they can do it that way, I think that's a great way for the kids to get that education as well, because then it's self-motivation too. You know what I mean? You put into it what you get out of it, you know what I mean? Or you get out of it what you put into it. So if the kid's putting in the work and the effort, they're going to get rewarded for it. So I know that, like I said, Heather's taken one of those type of courses, but it's definitely, I heard there was a UMass student in Boston. I'm going to tell you what, there is a lot of information going around, guys. I've heard a lot of different things from a lot of different sources. I believe there are a lot more cases. This is my opinion, okay? I believe there's a lot more cases out there than we are being told. They're going to continue to try to keep things calm. They're going to try to keep things rational as long as they possibly can, because when panic sets in, it's going to get bad. One of the things I wanted to discuss, and was the distribution of the supply chain. All right, it is going to affect things with the distribution of the supply chain. Again, we get so much of our stuff from China. And there's a disruption right now. They're not making products. They're not shipping products to the United States. They're not doing it, okay? They're trying to survive this thing, which they are underreporting, obviously, over there. So you're having a tremendous amount of issues right now in China. We are not getting our goods. They're not resupplying. So there will be a breakdown in the distribution. There will be shortages of things that we need to have, medicines and stuff like that. Again, why do you think I keep encouraging you guys? Get out there, get your stuff now while you can. I am doing the same thing. Today, I went out again today, and I picked up, I had a few loose ends that I wanted to tie up, and I did that today, and I got a few more things that I needed to pick up, and I took care of that today. Actually, the only thing left that I want to do 100%, 100% want to do. I got to get more green tea, right? That's one. But I want to pick up another 50-pound bag of cracked corn. That's it. Other than that, I'm going to tell you what. You're never 100% ready. You can never say, yep, I'm 100% ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. That's not a realistic thing to say. But I am pretty prepared at this point. So I'm pretty happy where I'm at as far as preparations goes. But I've been doing it, like I said, when I started talking to you guys and telling you, prepare, get ready, that's what I've been doing. And so I think it's really, really important. I want to get back to what I was saying, though, too, about Legacy, guys. So I talked with Amy at Legacy today. She's the representative that I've dealt with from day one. Awesome, awesome lady. Well, I didn't talk to her. She sent me the email. And it said that they're realistically looking at a 45-day delay in getting orders in. So there is a lot of people that ordered from me that you guys are basically on hold. When I get the orders in and I can get them in, I'm getting them in. Okay. There is the gluten-free stuff right now is out of stock. You can still order it. You'll be on a list, on a waiting list. And as soon as it comes in, I'll get it out to you. Okay. If you want stuff fairly quickly, the 120 buckets are available, the 240 buckets, but not the breakfast, lunch, and dinners. Those ones are out. So your regular buckets, those buckets are still available. 60 meal buckets, they're out of stock right now. The breakfast, lunch, and dinner buckets are out of stock. They're out of stock of eggs. They're out of stock of milk right now. So there's a lot of things that they don't have. The bigger buckets is what they're focusing on. And they've been slammed. They absolutely been slammed. But now the good news with it is when these buckets are done and made and they come in, they're going to be very, very fresh. They're going to be brand new. So it's not like something that's been sitting around for 6 months or a year. It's going to be really, really fresh. So if anybody has ordered, please be patient. It will come. I promise you. Ed Roberts, with hold on a second. Read that. With appointment of virus czar, what should tell people that the government's true thoughts on the topic? It's no big deal. Why create that position? You know what, Ed? You're absolutely right. And what a great name, by the way. You're absolutely right. And I'll get to that in just 1 second. Do you send out notifications when Legacy is shipped? Thank you for the great videos. Idaho P. Yes. What we'll do is when I put the orders in, what happens, and I'll get back to the other comment in just a second. When I put the orders in, once they ship out, we get tracking notification. You will get that tracking notification at that time. I'm trying to get these orders in, guys, as quickly as I possibly can. But it's going to take some time. Now, as far as them appointing a czar, I think that they know how bad this situation is going to be with the coronavirus. You don't try. Now, like I said, they were only asking for $2.5 billion. The Republicans wanted to give them $4 billion. The Democrats want to give them $8.5 billion. So that really tells me the severity of what we are facing. And we have great health care in the United States. I mean, we do. But we are not ready for this type of an event. If we get hit in the same way that China's been hit, we are not ready for it, guys. We are not ready for it. And I think a lot of people are being misdiagnosed or not being diagnosed at all. If you look at the number of people that really, truly have been tested, it is a fraction of the people that are sick right now. So I think a lot of people that are sick that are being diagnosed with the flu actually probably have the coronavirus. That is my opinion. Okay. But, they're keeping things under wraps. I think they know how bad this is going to get. And they're trying to control the narrative as long as they possibly can until they have to admit that things are bad. So I see we're at 1.7 in the chat, guys. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, if you would do that to show support for the channel, I absolutely would appreciate that. And thank you ahead of time. The poor and the homeless will suffer. Well, you know what? And you're right, they will. But not only the poor and the homeless, anybody that's compromised, your elderly folks, anybody that has any kind of medical issues, if they're on a ventilator, if you are compromised because of cancer or taking, some kind of drugs that reduce your immune system, those are the people that are going to be at the highest risk. Babies are going to be on there as well because they haven't built up their immune system yet. So there's a lot to it. Your compromised people, your handicapped people, those are going to be the higher ones that are going to be still corn fused. Still cornfused. I like that. That's funny. Hello, Ed. Can you cover the best meds and food to stock up on for this again? Already have Mucinex, Dayquil, rice, beans, spam covered. Okay, thank you very much for that donation as well. Dayquil, NyQuil, like I said before, you get your mucus drugs. Also, I would get Vicks. I actually have a jar of it right here. Vicks, like this is the knockoff. Oh no, this is actually Vicks. Vicks Vapor Rub. Good thing to have. That helps open up the pores as well. If you have somebody that's sick, you either put it on their chest. Well, what we always did on the chest and under the nose. You breathe that in, it helps open up your lungs. That's a real good thing to have. As far as food goes, your rice, your beans, get your canned goods, get your pastas. Your pastas are going to last forever. Okay, your beans are going to last for a long, long time. Your rice is going to last forever. Get honey. And if you can get localized honey, that's the best way to go because it's got so many really good properties in it. And if it's local and it's not been screwed with, it's better for you. It's going to help your immune system as well. But again, there's so much that you can actually get. I mean, you should have freeze-dried food. I absolutely think you should have that as part of your preps. You should have, like I said, your staples, your rice, your beans, your pastas. Get the jarred pasta. The sauce. You can get that too. Those things last a long time like that as well. You want to make sure you get stuff, your comfort foods. If you like your sweets, I like my sweets. Get your pops, get your iced tea, get whatever your flavor, whatever you like. Make sure you have that stocked up as well. If we have to get to a point where we are sheltering in place, you're going to have what you have. So dry milk is another good one to have. If you can't get out to the store and get regular milk, if you have access to water, you can take that dry milk and you can make milk that way. So there's a lot of options with that. But again, there's so many different things that you should get. Really, really smart to do. So again, I hope that helps. Oops, this thing's lagging out on me because I went back. Hold on. All right, it's catching back up now. So Domino pizza with Tylenol. There you go. Like 5 years, 6 years, something like that. So really good thing to have as well. And but again, Canadian pharmacies for antibiotics. Jason Schmidt just said that. But toilet paper, paper towels, Kleenex. I like having them. I am stocked up on those things as well. But I've been stocked up on them forever. So, those are not one of my recent things that I think about. Do you think the recent flu deaths are... the recent flu deaths, I think some of them could be the coronavirus. I believe so. Like I said, I think things are being underreported. I almost guarantee things are being underreported. They're obviously being underreported in China. What we got to remember, guys, and this is the biggest thing, and I want you to think about this. When you look at something rationally, and you're looking at something and you go, all right, does this make sense to you or not make sense? When you look at the measures that different governments have taken, our own included, okay, they're taking this much more seriously than they're telling us. There's a lot more going on than we're being told. I think a lot more people are getting sick and dying than we're being told. So I think it's a lot of that, a lot of, and I'm not going to say misinformation, but they're holding back because in their opinion, it's for our own good. Because it's like I said, they're going to try to control that narrative as long as they possibly can. I think that's the biggest thing. But when you have the World Health Organization, although the virus absolutely has the potential to become a pandemic, it is still too soon to classify it that way. Now, is that the biggest load of crap you ever heard? So they won't call it a pandemic yet because that's a scary word and it'll scare people. Hey, Tink Tink 13, do you think we will lose lights and water? Well, good question, and thank you very much for that donation. Here's what I want you to think about. If this thing gets really, really bad and we have a storm and there's a power outage, your linemen are not going to be out there fixing those lines because they're going to be like everybody else, sheltering in place and not being out in the public. So is there the potential for power outages and water to be out? There absolutely is. Again, that's why we prep. That's why we get ready for every contingency that's a possibility of happening. I've been encouraging people that for a long, long time. Hey, Percy, all N95s are gone at Lowe's and Home Depot here in California. I believe that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. But a big reason a lot of them are gone is because the Chinese people bought them up and sent them back to China. I know that there are people that are doing that in New York as well. Math, Music, and Lives. Hey, Fishman, go. Oh, hold on a second. Let me read what you said here. Hold on one second. Hey, Faith is me. Go to a new doc. My doc got me a new machine and a 90-day supply of albuterol. Tell them you're having asthma. Oh, there you go. So that's good advice from Math, Music, and Life. So I hope that it's Hey, Faith me. Faith's me. That's the person that she was, or they're addressing it to. I don't know if it's female or male. So I apologize if whatever gender you are. And thank you very much for that donation as well. I do appreciate that. So yeah, if you can go to the doctor and tell them you're having breathing problems, you get an albuterol machine, and she said a 90-day supply. Where do you get the oxygen absorbers for your Mylar bags and vacuum sealing food? You can get those right online. You just type into your search engine oxygen absorbers, and you will have 10 tons of options of oxygen absorbers to use. So that's what I would suggest. I see we're at 2,000 people in the chat now, and we're at 735 on the thumbs up. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, guys, please do so. Logical News reported today that there are only 14 cases nationwide. Same station also reported that there are 124 Ohioans being told to self-quarantine after going to China. Well, there's, and that's the other thing with that too, guys. There's a lot of people around the country that are saying you need to self-quarantine. You look at in the state of Washington, over 700 people. Oh, and speaking of Washington, the state of Washington real quick. I will be joining Marfugel News tomorrow. I believe we're doing it at 8 o'clock again. He asked me to come back on his show again. So definitely get over there, if you will, if you want to watch us tomorrow. I think it's going to be on D Live. He's doing the show on. So please join us then. Hopefully, we'll do that. And you guys can, that he has a good show over there. So go show him some support, subscribe, give him a little bit of love. And, tell him Prepper Nurse One sent you. So I have oceanfront property in Arizona to sell anyone interested in the chat. What is he talking about? Is he just trying to be a jerk? I don't know. I don't know what that was about. So anyway, I don't even know. I just saw the comment, so I wanted to make sure I read it. MEN Eve, on Long Island, should I stop going to work or school? Not yet. I would definitely say not yet. Thank you very much for that donation as well. Hey, Will Parker. Hold on a second. Let me just see what your comment is here real quick. Hold on. Kiwix is an app that allows you to download all the Wikipedia for offline use in case the grid goes down. Lots of good medical and prepper info in Tulsa. Okay. Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right. Will Prepper, thank you very much for that information, and thank you for the donation. Guys, I don't want you guys to not go to work, not go to school, and do those things at this point. That's what I really want to encourage people to do at this point in time. Remember your pets. Don't forget your pets. I recently just added another 100 pounds of dog food, and it's 36-pound bags of cat food. So it's 72 more pounds of cat food as well. So, and plus I have, more than that, but I've added that as well. I've added more chicken feed. I have added more cracked corn for the birds. Just trying to be as ready as I possibly can be. Just trying to be proactive. If we get in that situation where we have to shelter in place, we really need to be ready to do that. And again, I would rather do it comfortably and not be suffering. So I definitely want you guys to be in that same position. There will be plenty of people out there that are going to be suffering because they're ill-prepared or didn't prepare at all. And so, and again, make sure you're able to protect what you have. That is very, very important. Let's see. How long should we prepare to shelter? Sandy P. Good question, Sandy. I would say it's buffering bad again. Well, on my end so far it's good. So, Sandy, I would say to be prepared to shelter 4 to 6 weeks minimum in place. It could be longer than that. It could be up to 90 days. So, plan for that. And then make sure you have more than enough to last that long and longer if you need to. So that would be my advice. So, but hold on a second. I want to read that comment. I'm in Florida, Southwest Florida. All stock in the area are out of N95. Amazon is limited. Our Harbor Freight, none as well. All right. Well, thank you very much for that information. Yeah, it's just, you know what? Once people started getting aware and started getting concerned, you're going to see that type of stuff happen. You're going to see less and less supplies of things. But you also need to remember, a lot of the Chinese folks are buying up supplies here and sending it back to China. So that is happening as well. Besides the fact that people are preppers or non-preppers are finally saying, hey, I need to get ready. And so that's what they're doing. All of your cash, banks can't be trusted anyway. And I talked about that a little bit in the other day. I said, definitely make sure you guys have cash on hand. If there is a problem with the grid goes down, you're not going to have access to your money in the bank. So make sure you have access to money. So do that. Do you think? What do you think of the possibility of a mutation? Oh, absolutely. It's probably already mutated. These viruses, absolutely, they mutate constantly. So I guarantee you that this thing is definitely mutated. At least 3,000 on hand if you can. Order of the True Force just said. Well, basically, the rule of thumb, if you talk to a financial planner, they said you should have 3 to 6 months of cash to be able to cover bills in case of an emergency. Now, the reality is most people can't do that. That's the reality. Most people cannot do that. But again, if you can, I would definitely encourage you to try to, make sure that you have cash on hand. If things go to crap and the power goes out, at least you can still get stuff because, for in the beginning, if you will, money will still have value. After things go to total crap, money will be like toilet paper, to be honest with you. Then you're looking, and again, I will never, ever, ever, ever recommend you guys to get gold. Gold is way too hard to get rid of, but I absolutely will tell you should have silver. Silver dollars, half dollars, quarters, dimes, the junk, they call it junk silver. Get that because that is still going to retain value. Real important to have, silver ounces, whatever you want to get, however you want to do it, whatever your flavor is. I always do coins. I like coins. I collect coins. So when I add, like when I was on my vacation, I added more coins to my collection while I was on vacation. I spent some money on silver. So, that's what I do. I like to do it that way. So, and again, that's always going to retain its value. Realistically, if things get worst case scenario, which again, I really hope they do not, okay? But if they did get worst case scenario, you are looking at, barter is going to only be the way the trade is going to be done at that point. So, having things that people want is a really good thing to do. So that's why I stock up on stuff. And I know that can be dangerous and it can be scary to do that. But, silver and lead, exactly, Real Freedom Preparedness. He said he has 25,000 on hand. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're able to do that. That's awesome. The reality is most people cannot do that. Hey, Asif. Hold a second. Let's see. I have only one more trip tomorrow to the store. I'm praying and waiting to see how things move from here. I'm amazed that there are 80.2 subs. It seems like yesterday you were at 75,000 subs having the drawing. Yeah, it was just. Thank you very much for that donation. And again, I'm glad you're able, I know you've been prepping and getting things squared away, and that's awesome. And thank you very much for the donation as well. But yeah, just, getting things squared away is a smart thing to do. That's the smartest thing that any of us can do is, get your ducks lined up, get squared away, water, food, make sure you have a way to purify water. Like I said, I have no affiliation with the company, but I love my Perky. I'm not going to lie. My Perky is awesome. Actually, one thing I do need to do, I need to order a couple more filters. I'm going to probably do that. Maybe tonight I'll do that. But real smart thing to have. So let's talk about this. Let's say worst case scenario happens, right? And this flu takes off and a lot of people are dying and it's spreading all over and people are panicking and losing their minds and who knows what, right? More people will die from dysentery from drinking tainted water than they will from this flu, from this virus. That's my prediction. I will stick with that because people are going to still drink stuff. They're not going to pay attention. They're going to think, well, the water's clear, it's okay. They're going to end up getting dysentery and they're going to die. And there's not going to be anybody there to save them or treat them. So that is a reality. So be smart. Be prepared the best that you can be, guys. Definitely have a way to purify water. Smart thing to do, okay? And it's not that expensive to do anymore. To get those different things that you need to do that, it's not that expensive. So really, really important. I see we're at 2.2 in the chat, guys. We are at 915 thumbs up. So I'm going to ask for another thumbs up if you haven't done so already. And I do appreciate that ahead of time. And thank you for showing support. What is a Perky? Okay, well, Brenda, that's a good question if you don't know. A Perky water, it's a Perky water filter. It is a metal canister that you have these the filters that you put into it, and you pour water into the top, and it filters out all the impurities and stuff out of that water, and it goes into the bottom holding area, and that's what a Perky is. Hey, Math, Music, and Life. Grander Supply P100 mass. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me go back up here. P100 mass 5WZ4 along with chemistry goggles, 3M 600 series, low maintenance half mass respirator, total $35. Oh, there you go. And so I don't know, you're answering somebody else's question, but there you go. There's that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. The government won't tell you how bad things really are today. No, of course not, Ricky. Ricky Smithson just said that. Yeah, no, absolutely, they're not going to tell you how bad things are. They don't want people to panic. They're trying to control the narrative, and I've been saying that right along. I believe that things are going to get very, very bad. That is my opinion, okay? We just need to stay focused and just go from there. You know, that's all we can do. What I'm going to do, guys, it's 8:45. We're like 33 minutes into this. If this one stays on and doesn't interrupt, I'll go to 9:15 with this chat. So that way we'll get like a full hour in on this chat, okay? If we have an interruption, then we'll deal with that as we go. But so, you know, hopefully we stay on here. Oh, something else I wanted to tell you guys too. Oh, I was going to talk about a U.S. soldier tested positive in South Korea for the coronavirus as well. So that's a first over there as well. But, you know, I think that, like I said, I think it's definitely time, again, to pay attention to what's going on. Take advantage of what you can take advantage of. You know, the window is rapidly closing. I honestly think inside of a month, we're going to know one way or another how truly bad things or are things getting better. That's what we need to pay attention to. But when you see things that are happening in South Korea, when you see things that are happening in Italy, when you see things that are happening in Iran, in Japan, and things are getting worse, pay attention. Pay attention. And even with the numbers that they're giving us, pay attention to what's going on at the local hospitals there. Look at the other chatter. Look at what the people are saying. That's where you're going to get a lot of your truths, or from what the people are saying too. So that's something that I would watch as well, because you're going to get people that are going to sensationalize things and try to blow things out of proportion. Of course you are. But again, the biggest thing that we can do, and I will encourage you guys this all day long, remain calm. That is the biggest thing that we need to do. Excuse me. We need to stay calm, stay focused, and just prepare and be ready for whatever happens. Big believer, guys. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Don't have a tremendous amount of faith in mankind, so I rely on my preps and the people that I have in my group and the people around me, and so that's where I'm kind of focused on, and I will continue to do that. And you know what? And again, I'm hoping that this turns into a big nothing burger. I have a lot of things that I want to get done this year here at the homestead, and a pandemic is going to throw a bad monkey wrench in that. So I really don't want to see this happen. Again, I just, can you use charcoal for filtering? Yes. What you can do is, if you have, let's say you have a metal garbage can. I'm going to use that as an example. And you poke holes in that garbage can. Use a plastic one too. It doesn't really matter. Have something underneath it as a container. Hold on one second. Senile travel. President Trump was clearly repeating what CDC officials have told him, but they did not look like he believed it. No, I agree with you on that as well. I agree. He was doing what he was told to do. Believe me, he has people telling him what to do too. And thank you very much for that donation. But getting back to the filtering with using charcoal. So what you do is you have a container underneath. You have the holes in there. You do a layer of sand. You do a layer of charcoal, and then you do a layer of small stones like pebbles, the type of stuff. And you continue that layer up all the way up to the top. When you pour your water into the top of that thing, it filters through the stone, the sand, the charcoal, and all those type of things. Now, break that charcoal up. I would definitely recommend that you do that when you're putting that layer in there. Just don't leave big chunks of charcoal. My main barter items are fishing supplies, vegetable seeds, and sewing supplies. They are all easy to carry and necessary SHTF items. And that came from the Maverick Prepper. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. And that's very smart. Fishing gear is going to be worth a lot. You're going to, having fish hooks and line and all that. I have all those things. I have all that put away. I'm probably more extreme than most people when it comes to prepping, and I'll be honest with you, and I will never deny that. I just gut feeling for a very, very long time. Biggest thing, guys, if there's a disruption in service of the supply chain, there will be food shortages. There absolutely will be food shortages. So if you are prepared that way, food-wise, what I want you to think about this, and this is important, okay? Percy, my sister makes fun of me for prepping 6 to 8 months. Well, you know what? She'll make fun of you until she's hungry, and then she wants to come over and have something to eat. Thank you very much for that donation as well. But I was just going to say something here, and I had a point that I was going to make, and I got distracted. What was I going to say? Hold on a second. Let's see if it comes back to me. The supply chain. Thank you very much. Thank you. My mind goes all over the place, so I do apologize. But anyway, so with the disruption of the supply chain, there's not going to be a whole lot of food and stuff like that available. So the more that we can put together now and be ready for those type of interruptions, it's going to put you in an advantage. And when it comes to that, what it's going to do, and I want you to think about this. This was the point. Now I'm back on it's back. If you are well rested, you are fed, your mind is sharp that way, okay? With lack of sleep, exposure to the poor elements, not having enough food, people don't think clearly. But if you are rested, have enough to eat, you're feeling good because you're warm and you're dry and you're safe, okay? That advantage alone, that mental sharpness, is a huge, huge advantage in a post-event, okay? So think about that too. It's another reason why we do what we do. You want to maintain that edge. You want any kind of advantage that you can give yourself in a post-event. So that's important as well. Yep, The Art of War, David Jones. Yep, exactly. Great book. Sun Tzu, I believe is his name. I actually have the book and I've read it. So very, very, a lot of great information in there. A lot of great information. But having the different gear, fishing gear and all that type of stuff, great things to do. Very, very smart to do. So we just hit 1.1 on the thumbs up, and we got 2,200 people in the chat. So somebody's not putting that thumbs up out there. Guys, if you would do that, that would be great. Let's get that thing jumped up here tonight. If we would, that'd be awesome, and I do appreciate the support. It shows good traffic for the channel, so that's why I ask. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon as well so you get all notifications. Hopefully you like what we're doing here. Things calm down, which I hope they do. Again, there's hope in realization, okay? I hope that they do. I have a lot of projects that I want to get done this year at the homestead, a lot. And, again, if this is the true event, it's going to really throw a monkey wrench into those plans. So, again, the all-seeing cat. Hey, how are you tonight? That's funny. But again, like I said, we need to be focused and calm. That's the biggest thing. Don't panic, folks. That panic is the enemy, so just continue to do the best you can. And I know a lot of you out there are on fixed incomes, limited incomes, but there's still things you can do to help yourselves, and just do the best you can. Like I've talked about, going to food pantries. You can get food for free. They're going to have canned goods. They're going to have different stuff like that. So try to do that if you can. That is going to be helpful for you. Just do the best you can. Barter. If you have a skill that you can barter, people have been doing it forever and ever. So, get something for something. Trading, you need whatever, and somebody wants something that you know how to do. Sewing is such a huge thing. My daughter sews. She does all that type of stuff. She's got a couple of, sewing machines, and plus she does, crochet and all that type of stuff as well. Perky Systems almost out of stock. Oh, wait a minute. I want to make sure I read that. Let's see. Where is that? Just check their delays. Wow. Okay. Yeah, well, you know what? That doesn't surprise me. Perky's a great product. They really, truly are. People are afraid, and they are using fear as a motivation, which I think is a fantastic thing. So those of you who are at Walmart shelves are clearing out. What state are you in? April King, I'm in New York. The pictures that I put up on my Facebook page for Prepper Nurse 1, that had that there. So I put those pictures there from when I was at the local Walmart, and I put those pictures up from there. There was still a lot of food on the shelves. I'm going to be honest. There was a lot of other foods, but a lot of the cleaning products were getting cleaned out and stuff like that. So, hey, Hidden Pines Homestead, my skill is bartering. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. I love to barter. Garage sales are my favorite. I will never pay whatever price they have on something. And if I don't get it for what I want, I'll walk away because I don't care. I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. So, I love to barter. Bartering is a blast. It's a good time. Good time. It's that, that game, because they're putting it at a higher price, willing to sell it at a lower price. That's what they're doing. So when you come in and you say, and I'll always lowball first. So you lowball, they come back with an offer, then you come back with a counter offer, and hopefully at some point you can, meet in the middle. So that's just the fun of it. Untitled Travels. Can you talk about how an American city can be quarantined? Martial law. Do we have our freedom, or is that being hard to contain? Well, if they were going to do a martial law of a city, okay, they would do a medical martial law. And that's my opinion. If this thing blows up and gets really, really bad, they will do a medical martial law in restricted areas. So let's use Seattle for an example. You have all these cases of people right now under observation. We don't really know how many of them actually have the coronavirus or don't have it. Okay, they could say, well, it's really bad here. We're coordinating off the city. First case in Northern California, Danielle Teagarden. Daniel Teagarden. Okay, thank you very much for the donation, Daniel. And I heard that just happened up there too, as well. I know that San Francisco has done a state of emergency, even though they don't have any cases there. I'm sure they do. But, again, it is... it's like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out. Like I said, I'm a big believer in hoping for the best and hoping that nothing goes bad with this thing. But I'm not. I realistically, the realistic part of me said that, and I've been saying it. I think this is going to be really bad. I hope I'm wrong, guys. I really do. I would love for you guys in a month from now to come back and say, Prepper Nurse 1, you were wrong. Nothing happened. It died out. Everything. And I'll be happy. I'll be happy to eat that. Happy, because like I said, with what's happening, what has the potential to happen, it could be very, very bad. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see, that happen. Tarpley, hold on a second. Tarpley Riley, Dr. Francis Boyle, key info source of the virus. Watch on Natural News and InfoWars. Major U.S. universities are mafia lords for bioweapons. 5 U.S. Well, thank you very much for that information, and thank you for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's scary stuff going on, guys. There is a lot. The funny thing is, on a daily basis, there are things that happen in this country and other countries around the world as well. A lot of really nefarious stuff happening. And it happens all the time. And we don't even blink an eye, because if it doesn't affect us directly, we don't care. That's the reality. Most people, if it doesn't affect them directly, they just don't care. So, again, we just need to be focused. What do we, so here's the thing. This is what I want you to think about. What do we have control over? We have control over our immediate situation. So we can control if we go to work or don't go to work. We can control if we pull our kids out of school or let them go to school. We can control the fact that, okay, I'm going to get ready and take a wait and see approach and get things in place just in case. And the best part about that is it's a win-win, as I've talked about before. It's a win-win because if this turns into a nothing burger, you're that much more ready for the next event, okay? That's one of the reasons why I say the freeze-dried food is really, really good. And the freeze-dried food is great for the lazy prepper. And what do I mean by that? And I'm not being disparaging to anybody saying that. But the person that really doesn't want to put in effort and having to worry about rotation and, oh my God, we got to use the old up first and get the new stuff in the back. That legacy freeze-dried foods has a 25-year shelf life. So you buy the product. If you put it in a cool, dry place, it's going to last 25 years. You don't have to worry about rotation. GMO-free, the largest portion size of any of the other sellers of freeze-dried food. Those are really good things. It's all vegetarian. So, again, another really good thing. So, there's a lot of positives with it. So that's why I sell it. That's why I have it in my own preps. I got it right over here. I've shown videos of that before. And, I'm a big believer. I practice what I preach. I will never tell you guys anything that I don't do myself. So, hey, Emmy and Eve, I'm a massage therapist. I'm nervous for work. You know what? And what you can do to protect yourself in that situation, and thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the comment. Wear a mask. Make sure if you're working as that massage therapist, you're wearing a mask. Make sure you're using gloves when you're dealing with your patients. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. And if they ask you why you're wearing a mask, you can tell them for your protection and my protection. Always tell them it's their protection first, because that's going to set them more at ease. And so that would be my advice. Don't be afraid to already start wearing the mask if you're out and about. Yeah, exactly, JJ. Very good comment. Don't be embarrassed. If you know what, you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your family. There's nothing wrong with that. It was first found in China's pigs last year in March. U.S. hog sales are up. That was a different version of it. There's all kind. Coronavirus is a broad spectrum of stuff. This was a coronavirus-based thing, but it's been proven that it was man-made. Hey, Prepper Chris 1. Y'all is going to be a very, very bad road for almost bad RO of almost 4 bad. You know what? I agree with you. Things are going to be really bad. I think so. I believe it will be. I'm hoping that it's not. Again, I'm going to always hope for the best. Always going to hope for the best. And in the same time, while I'm hoping for the best, I'm getting ready for the worst. And again, the biggest thing, like I said, I want you guys to help yourselves. That's really important to me. I really want you to be able to help yourselves, because I think that that's what we need to do. The more people that we can get prepping, the better off we're going to be as a group. And again, as a group, and you know what, I'm going to do this part now. It's 9:01, so I'm going to do this part now. We're still going to go to 9:15 for the chat, just so you guys know. We are Legion, and we are Legion in the good way, not bad biblical way. Everybody wants to jump on that for some reason, but when I say we are Legion, I say it because we are many. There's all over the world, all over the country, preppers, off-gridders. We're this huge family, this huge network of people. So that's why we are Legion, okay? We're all over. Where's everybody from tonight? We got Kentucky, upstate South Carolina, California. Let's see. Grand Rapids, Michigan, Massachusetts, California, Maryland, Coldwater, Michigan, the Netherlands, Connecticut, Anderson, South Carolina. I just saw Australia go by. Northeast Texas, New Zealand. Let's see. Now it's going fast. Ontario, New Zealand again, California, Tennessee, Arizona, Michigan, Florida, New Jersey, Nevada, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee again. Saw Texas just went by. New Brunswick up in Canada. San Francisco. We have Texas, Thailand. Wow, really? Are you just playing, or is that real? Wisconsin, Ohio, Iowa. Let's see. I just saw Mexico. We have Scotland. Very nice. Sorry, I didn't see your comment, but thank you for that donation. It's going by too fast. I'm sorry. Buffalo, New York, Illinois, Wyoming, Louisiana, Maryland, Detroit, Maine, Buffalo, New York again, Holland, Washington State, Virginia, Ireland again, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Wisconsin, Mississippi. We got Connecticut, Sacramento, California, East Texas, Long Island, Alabama. You know, guys, we're all over the world. We're all over the country. We're this huge network of people. And if we connect with each other and work together, there's no stopping us. Oh, I just saw Alaska. Very nice. Delaware. Haven't seen that one before. Alabama again. We got Atlanta. We got Missouri, Georgia, Colorado. We have Wisconsin, Kansas, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, Kingston, New York, Central Texas, Wisconsin, Central Canada. We got Brazil, North Carolina, South Alabama. So everywhere, guys, we're all over the place, which is awesome. Okay, so again, there's nobody can stop us if we work together, and that's important to remember. We are a lot more powerful than people realize. We really, really are. Of course, I got my green tea. Turn that around. Love my green tea. I was so freaking hot. I had the fire going. I had to let it burn down. Unbelievable. Oh, we got Norway there. Very nice. CB from Norway. Let's see. But anyway, guys, you know, the thing is, with everything that's going on, it's a lot of information to take in, a tremendous amount of information. And the best thing that we can do, filter through the BS, look at it realistically and say, how bad is it really going to be? What can we do? And what control do we have over that whole situation? To a degree, we have some. But, you know, we can control what we can control. What the governments are going to do, they're going to do no matter what. So, again, if we're ready for it and we're prepared, first of all, you're going to sleep a lot easier at night. Being prepared makes things is a lot less stressful that way. And so, we got Idaho just came up there. I didn't see that one before. Maybe I did. I don't know. But anyway, guys, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I see we're at 1-3 on a thumbs up. I would ask you to shoot a thumbs up again, please, for show support for the channel. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. I'm on here 3 days a week, live streaming Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I do videos every single day. I will not do fear porn. I'm not going to try to scare you guys and say, oh my God, the sky is falling. You know, this is it. I will never do that. I will be honest. I will tell you what I think is going on. Hey, Prepper Chris 1. Let's see. Hold on. What is it? It has almost, are you not, of almost 4 in going up, be worse than the Black Death. Yeah, I know it's like 1 in 4 people. The thing that I had heard is like every one person that's infected will infect 4 people. So that's a scary scenario right there in itself. Thank you very much for that donation as well. I do appreciate that. Thank you. But again, you know, control what we can control. We can't control what the government's going to do. We can't control what the government's going to say. Pay attention to their actions, what they're doing. They're going to dump a tremendous amount of money in this, okay? That's something to pay attention to. Hey, L. Gibson. Hey, Ed, I saw your favorite tea in Power on Amazon, just FYI for your long term. Well, I'll tell you what, right now I'm trying to think. Walgreens, they have it on sale, and that's the sale's going to the end of the month. It's 2 cans for $1. So if you see my other videos that I've done out in by the fireplace, you'll see all the green tea over on the side. It's because it's 2 for $1. I've been stocking up, and I've been buying a bunch for Heather for the kind she drinks for school as well. I'm actually going to get more tomorrow. That's my game plan for tomorrow. I'm going to get more. So, and I just want to remind everybody again, tomorrow, at 8 o'clock. Hopefully it happens right on time, but we'll see. I will be on Marfugal News, and I think he's going to be on D Live. So come on over tomorrow. Join us for that. Good discussions, a lot of interesting information. Good guy. Come over and show him some love, and I would appreciate that. And tell him, say, Prepper Nurse One sent me. So he's a good dude. I like Adam. He's a good dude. So anyway, guys, we are getting to that point. Well, we'll keep going for a little bit. We'll keep going. But again, I want you to prepare that if this thing does go crazy, prepare for power outages. Hey, Prepper Chris 1, remember this is the first time you can see it coming. Be smart. Exactly. That's a great comment. That is an absolutely great comment. Thank you for the donation. He said, remember, this is the first time we can see it coming. So be smart. And that's exactly what I've been encouraging you guys to do all along. Be smart about this, okay? Get on it. Get ready. That's help yourself. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing I want you to do. I want you to help yourselves. I think it's really, really important. I'm going to mention really quickly, too, while I'm thinking about it. On my website at preppernurse1.com, obviously that's where you're going to go if you want to get the Legacy freeze-dried food, which, by the way, also helps support the channel if you purchase through me, okay? But we also have the Prepper Nurse 1 community over there. And it is totally free to join. It does not cost anything, and it's a great access way to connect with like-minded people. It's very private. You do have to register, so nobody can just come in and see what's going on there. So if you register, you pay. You go in there. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to pay anything. We got great message boards. We have groups in there. We have the singles group. We have the seniors group. We have the disabled group. Okay. We have every state, a bunch of countries from around the world. Go in there, join whatever state or country you're from, and that way you can either talk or try to connect with like-minded people in your area, which I think is important to do. Again, whatever's coming, guys, we cannot survive this on our own. So I think it's really important that we do it that way, connecting with like-minded people. I'm continuing to connect with people. I'm always making myself available. It's getting crazy. Oh, and so somebody had said, obviously recently in the last couple of days, I had 80,000 subscribers, which is amazing, just so you know. And I wanted to thank all of you for that. I do appreciate that. It is unbelievable. I am very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. You guys are awesome, and I do appreciate the support. I did want to say really quickly, I want to thank my moderators who continuously do a great job on here. They're on top of stuff, and I do appreciate them. Keeping the chat clean, it's really, really important to me. This is a very family-friendly oriented channel. So, you don't have to worry about if your grandkids are in the background. I'm not going to be dropping the F-bombs or anything like that. I keep it very clean for that reason. So anybody can watch this and hopefully learn from it. I like I said, I do appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the donations, guys. And again, that also goes to support what we're doing here. If this thing blows over, which again, I really truly hope it does, it's going to be an awesome year here at the homestead. We're going to get a lot done. A lot of projects in the pipeline. The beehive's going to be going up this year, and do you have a Perky code? No, if you just no, I don't. I don't have any affiliation with Perky, so I use their product. And I love their product. So that's why I should probably call them and talk to them about that, to be honest with you. Hey, Math, Music, and Life, buy land, leave the city, and remember Psalms 104:14. Contact me in the forums. Yeah, she's in the forums there as well, over in the Prepper Nurse 1 community. So definitely check her out as well. Thank you very much for that donation as well. And again, if you can get away from the cities, guys, get away from suburbia. If you can get out into the country, much more peaceful life, easier life. People are more decent, a lot more laid back. It really, really is. So, just I always encourage people to do that. Help yourselves, make your life better. And again, if I can do this, what I have done here at the homestead, you guys can do it too. Anybody can do this. Anybody can. When are you shaving? Oh, well, the beard comes off in April. So I always shave in April, and I'll go back to the goatee. But, So right now I'll keep it on. And like I said, and if things get bad, it may come off sooner if I need to. I have the gas masks. So I have, that's what I would be using. If I need to go out in public, I will be probably most likely using a gas mask. That would be the way that I would do. Oh, there you go. Alice J says diapers and formula as well. Cloth diapers, guys. I recently went out and I showed that in one of my videos. I went out and bought cloth diapers. And I had people go, why did you buy cloth diapers? Life will continue on. Things will continue. As we get through whatever is going to happen, there's going to be another side. People are still going to have children. You need to be able to, the regular Pampers and all that crap is not going to be there. Having cloth diapers on hand is a great thing to have. Great thing to have. So I went out and I bought some of those just to have in my preps. So like I said, I'm an extremist when it comes to prepping. But again, you prepare for the worst and you hope for the best. And I think that's really, really important. So anyway, we're at that time now, guys. We actually got this in only 3 takes tonight, so that's pretty good, right? If you have not thrown a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I would appreciate it. We're at 1.5 on a thumbs up. Not bad at all. We had like 2.2 people in the chat at the peak, which is also awesome. So appreciate you guys all being here. Again, thank you for the donations. I do appreciate that as well. Again, those go to help support the channel. So, continuing to what we're doing here and like that. So again, 80,000 subs now, which is amazing. Pushing towards 100,000, which will be very, very cool. Looking forward to doing that. I think that's a really cool thing. So, and get my play button for 100,000 subscribers. It's been a great journey. It's been my pleasure to be able to share it with you guys. And, this is a chronicle for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. And when I'm gone, my kids can come back and they can watch these shows and they can say, to their kids, there was your Grandpa Ed, that's kind of cool. And I think that that's kind of neat. So, and she can, like Heather and Eddie can show the journey. And that's kind of cool, I think, too. So anyway, guys, I hope everybody's well. Remember, we are all in this together. That's really important. We really need to remember that. We need to support each other, not have fighting and fighting. It doesn't do any. It's so stupid. It's unnecessary. Let's support each other, okay? Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important to tell the people that you care about every single day. And remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you are trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. All right? With everything that's going on, guys, just stay focused. That's the biggest thing, okay? Just stay focused. You'll be fine. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.